Hello everyone, my name is Nikhil and I'll be continuing the Android part of native modules and components today. So we have already covered theoretical part of native modules and components in last video as well as iOS implementation of it. So we'll continue Android implementation here. So for that you need to first open your this Android directory of your project into Android Studio, which I have done here. So uh, the benefit of doing this is you will be able to find the common errors because of the Android Studio ID, which you will not be able to find out in VS Code. Okay, so first of all, you need to go to app, then your Java, and inside this you need to open my first your basically your package name, and inside that you will find initially only these two files, main activity and main application. Now you have to create a new Java file using Java class, which I have already created. So my class is native module, and we have to extend it use by React context based Java module. After that, uh, you need to create a static context which will be used directly by using class name, and it will be used for getting context while implementing the methods. So I have created a static variable here, and inside a constructor I'm just assigning that, or I'm just initializing that context. After that, you have to create a method that is get battery percentage, which is you have to annotate it with a React method. This particular method name we will be using into React Native context. Okay, and here I have written a Java code which is getting a battery manager using a context, and I just have to get a battery percentage from that manager, and I'm sending that value using uh, by converting into a string. And here actually you need to use a promise because this is not a synchronous task, this is a synchronous task, and in JavaScript we use promise to execute asynchronous tasks. Okay, so this is pretty simple, you will be able to understand. So I have already written the code and not typing it because to just to save the typing speed. And another simple method I have written is showing a toast method. So in Android, we display toast like this. So this is toast dot make text. You have to pass context, your message, and the length of displaying the toast. And you just have to call show method of it. Okay. Now I'll show how do we call these methods in React Native. Before that, I just forgot to explain this. So you have to write overridden get name method, which will be used uh, in React Native to call this complete module. Okay, and this module name is my native module. Okay, now going back to VS Code. So what I did is I created a new file which is custom module. I have to import native modules from React Native, and I have to just call module.exports native module.toast. So I have exported this particular method my native modules by toast. Okay, and in my native module I have written native modules dot my native module. Okay, so basically this is a name which we have given here. So same name we have to use to export that. And in your app.tsx, here I have created a text which will display a battery percentage, and I have created a button where on click of that I'll be displaying a toast. So first we'll see how we have imported that. So Here in imports, I have called import my native module from component slash my native module. So this particular native module I have imported, and we'll first see how we have implemented a toast. So on a button click on press learn more, we have written a function. So I have just called my native module dot show text. So if you can see here, we have a method name show toast. So I have just called that method using my native module. And sorry, uh, in terms of asynchronous method, you have to call it using async method. So in use effect with no dependency, so it will be called at very first time. So I have written a asynchronous method where I'm calling my native module dot get battery percent. So this is our method name. So my native module dot get battery percent, and I'll get a response. Whatever response I'm getting, I'm setting that to a state. So my state is defined over here. So it is a battery percentage, set battery percentage. And this particular battery percentage I have assigned to that text, if you can see here. So this is how we implement native modules. Okay. Now, if I run this, you will be able to see okay. So my battery percentage is getting correctly displayed. Okay, it's 30%. And if I click on button, the toast is getting from displayed from native Android. Okay. Now same we can do it for native components. So basically, difference between native modules and native components is components are a predefined widget or a custom widgets uh, we create or we use in native Android. We can use them as it is using native bridge. And native module is basically native modules in Android where we can be able to get all the native things. For example, you can open camera, you can get a battery percentage, or you can get a device ID, etc. Okay, so we'll also see a small example of the native components. So I'm using image view for that. So again, I have created a new Java class from here, and my Java class is my image view manager, and I have extending it by a simple view manager. Okay, and passing image view inside that. Image view is my native component. So here in my image view manager, I have just uh, passed or initialized a context which I'm getting from the constructor, and I have written a method set source, and I'm passing online image of or online URL of image in this particular string, and this is my image view. And using glide, so glide is basically a library or image caching library we use in Android. So using glide, I'm just setting that particular URL to the image view. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention you, uh, how do we configure native modules or native components in Android. So this is just I have created a native component, but how do I tell React Native framework that I have created a native component and I have wanted this particular component when I call it from React Native. So here again creating a new class from here, my native package. So in my native package, you have to implement that particular package with React package. Okay, there is interface React package, and it has two overridden methods: create native module and create view managers. Okay, so previously we used native module, so we have to just create list of native modules here and add our native module in that particular list, and we have to return that particular list to this particular overridden method. Now at that point of time we did not have a native component, so we would have passed empty array list over here. But now we also have a native component, so I have created an array list of the view managers, and I have added my view manager over here. So I have also created one text view manager which we are not using here, that's why I have added it here. Okay, and this particular native package you have to pass in your main application. So in your main application you will be having one predefined method, that is React Native hosts. So inside that you have overridden method get packages. Here you have to pass this particular native package, which is my native package. So I have added that my native package here, and I have written that particular package from here. Okay, so coming back to native component, so I have created my image view native component using a predefined image view component in Android. So this my image view we have to use it in React Native now. Okay, right. So in React Native again, we have to uh, so you have to import that particular native component. So I have imported it like this way. So first of all, you have to import your native components dependency, and you have to export your image using that predefined component name in Android. So in Android, we have my image view. So I have just exported my image using that name. Okay, require native component, my image view. So now I'll be using my image view in the code. Okay, so I'll just copy paste my previously written code. So I have directly used my image the way we use for other components. Okay, you just have to import this way. So I have imported my image from my component slash my image view. This is the file. Okay, and you just have to add your styling, and you have to pass a prop src in that. So I have uh, added an online image link inside this, and when I am going to run this, it will show me an image. So this is getting displayed. So all these components are native. There is nothing from React Native. Okay, so these are native components we have already rendered. So this is for this session. Thanks.